these huge pools. You wouldn't, your stomachs wouldn't be full right now. You wouldn't be eating. You'd be sick because you wouldn't even be able to walk around. It would be disgusting. So it's disgusting with human feces, but it's not disgusting with non-human animal feces. And then this isn't, of course, getting to the fact that they're treated horribly, beyond horribly. So it's harder to sue now as a result. So when you all were talking about law, policy, loopholes, stuff like that, that's what we see. What we see, these people, these legislators who make laws for their own benefit against the benefit, really, of the masses, most people. And one more note I'll say before I move on is, there's no secret that this isn't a low-income community. There's just no way these factory farms would be in mansions, near mansions, and upper-income communities. No way. And when they've tried to construct them there, it's always been a huge to-do. Okay. Moving on. Okay, so here's just a picture of our animal law policy program. These are some of the students from this year, really great people. I see a lot of familiar faces. This is our director, Mirva, of the program, and one of the clinical directors this year, at least, Rachel, and some really great students and friends. And so, yeah, so what we do is we fight on behalf of animals through legal work. So whether it's research, writing amicus briefs, which I'll explain in a bit, writing public comments, etc. So that's what we do to fight for animals, because we believe that animals deserve lawyers too. And not even two, animals deserve lawyers. They do. They are so abused and oppressed and mistreated in our society. So that's what we do. So some of the work that we've done, so right now, I'm from Florida as well also, so of course the manatee had to go, but first, right now a few students are working to make sure that manatees are viewed or are designated as endangered species again. So they were endangered species for a long time. When I was a kid, they were considered endangered species. That lifted, I believe, in the mid-2010, in the 2010s and the 2000s, that lifted. But now we're seeing record numbers of manatees dying. And so we're pushing to reconsider them as endangered species again, to protect them. Has anyone, show of hands, has anyone seen a manatee? Yeah? What have been your thoughts? Some thoughts on manatees? You've seen them, but you have no thoughts? Yeah. What's your name?
Caroline.
Caroline, yes.
Well, first off, they're adorable.
They are.
And I think they're pretty intelligent. Like, they just, I've seen videos of, like, them getting, like, re-released after being in some situation where something's happened to their mother, or they've been beached or trapped in fishing equipment.
Yeah.
And it's just so cool that people have, like, they work to get them back in the environment, and they have such strong bonds with their family.
Yeah. So, strong bonds, Caroline, right?
Mm-hmm.
Caroline or Line? Caroline, thank you, Caroline. Beautiful, thank you. Strong bonds, very intelligent. It's like these, again, the language that we use when we describe animals is the same language that we use to describe human animals, right? We are not different. We are not that different. We have aesthetic differences. We have biological differences, but similar to the other isms, when you think of speciesism, right? What is, and this could be rhetorical, or you could answer it if you want, with speciesism, what do you think are the similarities between speciesism and other isms? Say racism, sexism, classism. Yeah, what's your name?
Sadie.
Sadie, thanks Sadie.
With things like sexism and racism, there was a literal thing called social Darwinism, where some people were just viewed as lesser for some biological reason, and then the actual theory of like Darwinism is like the adaptation of animals.
Yeah.
So then I think that transfers all the way like over to speciesism, where non-human animals are just viewed as lesser. I think it's kind of like a combination of those two things.
Excellent, excellent. So if I'm hearing you correctly, and we'll get to you, if I'm hearing you correctly, you're saying that social Darwinism, social construct, it started off from Darwin's evolution of evolutionary theory, and humans took it and used it as a means to separate them from other humans, purely arbitrary. And so we're doing the same thing with animals. Is that a correct summary? Brilliant, great. So yeah, I would agree. And so the thing is that there's a difference in form. The way I would describe it, and it's not just me, it's not even me. I want to attribute it to Marjorie Spiegel. She wrote this book called The Dreaded Comparison, and she shows the parallels between the enslavement of humans and the enslavement and mistreatment of animals. Okay, and what she said